So, before we actually start this video, I wanted to say that I'm going to be ending, I'm going to be ending Hero of Remnant. Yeah, honestly, I stopped, well, I was no longer interested, with that series for a long time now. Even during my hiatus. So, yeah, I'm going to be ending that series. Sorry, guys. But you can probably, continue it if you want. I'm essentially just giving it out to you guys, so you can finish it or rewrite it in your own style. Heck, even you can just change the abilities or powers that Izuku gotten, because honestly, at the time, it was just a random idea that I gotten for his powers. Like, oh, I really wanted him to have like the commandment's powers. No, I originally wanted him to have the powers of the seven deadly sins. I didn't know why he decided to go for the 10 commandments in the first place. So yeah, so let's continue on with this video. Hello guys, welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about Fate Remnant Collide. So yeah, let's begin, shall we, ladies and gents? So, we currently see our boy Rex, aka aka Mr. Mage over there, as he's currently talking with some of the other, people there. More specifically, the girls from Team Indigo. Or, I said, let me just double check. Yeah, anyway, continuing on. As while he was talking with them, one of them would ask, "Hey, Rex?" Being that of Do would say, "So, I wanted to ask," said a somewhat interested Do. "So, um, if we ever summon a servant, what would be like?" As Rex, after hearing that, would say, "Well, it's depending on the actual servant. Each of them have a class." As after hearing that, one of them, specifically that of Walter, would say, "Hold on. So, we actually never gotten that explanation. Especially since, well, what do you mean by classes?" After hearing that, Rex would just look at him and the rest of his team as he would tell them the actual explanation. "Well, you see, servants are always put into a class. Each class has a corresponding ability, or abilities. Like, for example, riders are those that are those of servants that wait first. I meant riders are always associated with a certain mount. Like, for example, a horse, a carriage, for example, or even a dragon, for example, he would say. After hearing that, another example he would say is that of a saber and their signature skill, which is that of magic resistance. Well, most of the time, and also riding for some reason. I'm more annoyed by this because riders also have the riding skill, and only the riding skill sometimes. As after explaining a little bit, one of them would ask, "Wait, so if our servant is Avenger, then," as the person that would say it was, being that a Melini, the white one, would say, "Wait, so you're saying then what exactly is Avenger supposed to do? Or what is her skill exactly? I'm not really sure." As the servant herself would say, "Go on, mage. Try and explain," she would say. Obviously not caring, but also quite intrigued if he's able to answer that easily. As Rex would explain, well, Avengers are, well, Avengers. Servants born from hatred, revenge. They're essentially monsters, or at least most of the time. They're mostly born from hatred and anger towards their past lives. After explaining this, one of them would say, "So, what is their skill exactly?" said, said a still curious duo. As Rex would say, it's called vengeance, or the skill is called Avenger. Yeah, ironic. I know. It essentially gives them more strength the more they hate something. Essentially, if let's just for say their enemies, let's for say something they hate, they become stronger. Huh? Interesting. Said a interested, I think it was said the red-haired girl, as in the redhead known as Octavia, as she would say, interesting. She would say, as Rex would just say, yeah. Anyway, for both of you, he would look towards the girls, specifically that of Melanie and Militia, as he would say, I'll be helping you out. I'll be helping you both out in becoming a master, since I also have that ability as myself. As one of them would say, wait, I also wanted to ask, said a much more interested, Nebula, as she would say, oh, I also wanted to ask, if that's your semblance, then what exactly, like, how did you, as you would say, honestly, I don't really know. Obviously, still lying. As after hearing that, she would say, oh, I see. As one of his servants being that of our boy, also known as Li Shuin, he would say, Master. He would say, coming out of the shadows. Technically, he's not an actual assassin class. Well, technically, this is still an assassin class, but the one that I mostly take homage to is the one from Fate CCC, or Fate Extra. In this one, he's the one that the mostly focuses on hand-to-hand combat, while the one in CCC or Extra uses a lance. Definitely not fucking confusing, eh? But still, after coming out of the shadows, he would say, Master, there seems to be something wrong in the city. After saying that, he would say, wait, what is happening in Vale? He would say, massive attack. More specifically, White Fang. As after hearing that, he would say, wait, what? As he would say, yeah, a large attack of White Fang. Don't worry. There was some help. Though, it was interesting to say the least. After hearing that, he would say, what do you mean? As he would say, servants. And they're not a part of our group. After hearing that, one of them would say, wait, so are there servants or something? Or more enemy servants? But how? As after hearing that, Li Shuan would say, yes, it's quite impossible, but I did see it with my own eyes. As another servant would come out of the shadows, being that of Yume Ren, as she would say, yes, I also saw it myself, though it was a pretty big surprise, especially since when I saw those attacks, those are not normal servant-based attacks. They seem to be almost impossible to be used. After hearing that, he would say, we should probably start moving out. You need to get there immediately. As they would say, yes, but unfortunately, well, there seems to be a large barrier erected near the central city of Vale. And it seems that the servants are helping out, so we don't really need to go there that fast. They'll try and distract the White Fang. And as for us, I think it's better, Master, to try and take care of the outside forces. More specifically, the White Fang that decided to cause chaos there. After hearing these words, Rex would basically nod towards Yume Ren and Li Shuen, as he would say, thank you, both of you. As they would say, very well, Master. As they would start moving into the shadows. As one of his, companions, being that of Milshia, would say, as Milshia would say, then we should start going now. As he would say, right. as they would start leaving to go to the area, or more specifically towards Vale. But something's was amiss, to say the least. We would see Walter as he's thinking to himself, "Damn it! Why are they doing the plan now?" He would say this to himself. As after saying it, we would go, we would time skip towards where the rest of Vale's group is. More specifically, Team Ruby and some of the other teams there. We would see Team Ruby as they're currently fighting against some White Fang, as the White Fang would be charging in at full speed, trying to cause chaos as much as possible. And unlike in the canon, they don't really have any help with any of the Grimm. And because of that, it's much more easier for them to be defeated. As while fighting, currently we see Ruby wielding up her scythe, as she would say, "Whew, that's a lot of them," she would say. As one of them being that the voice would say, "Yeah." Though, as before they can say anything else, another White Fang member would say, "Die, you shitty scum!" As after saying this, she would say, "Damn it, I can't use my shrift." I meant, not shrift. That is going to be another series that I'm going to be making. Anyway, as she would say, "Dang it, I can't use my semblance now." As before she gets attacked, another person would come by, as he would fire a pistol shot. As after it fires, it shoots towards the White Fang member, injuring his arms, as he would say, "What in the?" As he would look towards the direction of the person, as he would be surprised. As Weiss would say, "Wait, brother?" As when she saw him, she would see, revealing that of Weiss's brother, Mr. Whiteley, or should I say Whiteley Schnee, as he would say, "Been a while, sister," he would say, as he would be twirling his pistol around, as he would look right behind him and would see a few White Fang members, as he would say, "Damn it, grab the boy," he would say, as one of them would start charging in, wielding that of a chainsaw sword, as he would say, "Such brutes," he would say, obviously not being, annoyed by them, but more just being just cold towards them, as he would say, "Come at me," as he would charge towards them, as he would jump into the air and would slam his foot right into its face. Doing so, he would reach for his gun and would start unloading each of the bullets near the other White Fang members, while doing it in a graceful way, as one of Weiss's teammates, specifically that of Ruby, would say, "Wait, that's your brother?" She would say. She would say, "Yeah, he's actually the same age as you, though he never really gone to a huntsman school at all. In fact, he actually trained by himself. In fact, my father did caught him once. He was not really happy." As while saying these words, we would continue on seeing another member, or at least another person, jumping into the fight. As they would see someone in the distance, specifically someone that seems to be sniping, as he would be looking towards a few White Fang members getting ready to gang up on one of the students there, as he would say, "Pathetic," he would say, as he would fire off a blast from his somewhat dinky looking and almost outdated ass sniper rifle. As unlike most sniper rifles, instead of having a scope, it still has iron sights. As when it fired, it instantly killed the man. As one of them would say, "What in the sniper fire?" As one of them would say, "Wait, what is?" As before they can say anything else, they would feel like they're being frozen in place. As he would say, "Pathetic." As after blast killing them, as he would say, "Guess I should probably find a master," he would say, disappearing in a icy snow-like mist. And so, this is where we're gonna be ending off this episode. So, yeah, bye bye!